Hi Aquarius and welcome to Honeybee U Tarot. My name is Melissa. This reading is for any aquarium placements moving through changes and challenges, whether they are positive or less so. This is also timeless. At the time of this reading, we will look at what a current challenge might be. Feel free to use this spread and draw your own cards. Don't hand your power over to anyone else. Okay, so let's look at what might be a potential challenge for Aquarius right now. Okay, looks like extreme worry. Okay, what is keeping you up at night? What are all of the what ifs, that you are contemplating, making you feel potentially, scared, anxiety ridden, taking you out of the present and out of your sense of faith. Okay, so for me, Nine of Swords represents fear over faith, and we have an opportunity to switch that around and utilize faith over fear or to check, what ifs are we freaking ourselves out about? Okay, so let's see. Now, doesn't necessarily say what exactly is the issue, and sometimes the issue is always that we what if everything. Go to the worst possible scenario, worst possible outcome. And to that I say, well, if you're going to go there, then go there. So what if the worst possible thing happens? Then what will you do? You have to do some truth testing. Okay, so what's the worst part of that? And what's the worst part of that? And keep asking yourself and keep answering. And what's the worst part of that? And what's the worst part of that? Okay, so usually we can find out that what we're telling ourselves is going to happen or could happen is just not in any way a reality. And maybe one of the things that we say is like, I can't handle it. Well, once you get to the bottom of it all, you know what? You will handle it. Whatever you're freaking yourself out about. Okay, so which came up first? These three? Yeah. So internal strength, we have the Hanged Man. Okay. Allowing yourself to take a time out and maybe change. Taking a time out is a choice to put yourself in time out. This is not about like someone else putting you in time out. It could be that there are certain astrological reasons why energetically you're having a sense of being blocked or unable to, get to where you want to go. But ultimately, for me, the Hanged Man is about recognizing that energy and going with that flow. I just put myself in the Hanged Man energy recently, and I felt like it was the best thing for me in order to reboot and see, okay, well, what do I want? Where am I headed? What is working? What isn't working? And maybe I just need to push pause right now because I'm feeling really run down. Okay, so it's a choice. And this is followed by the Knight of Wands. Okay. So it's like there's this energy of wanting to move forward on something. Towards what? The Four of Wands. Okay. So you're wanting to get to a place of joy and stability in some way, shape, or form. We have 3 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, it seems like you really want to move. So here's the 9 of Pentacles under here. Like maybe you're, wow, and 2 of Cups. Okay, what's going on? Looks like you want to create, maybe you're ready to move into a relationship and create, you know, a home, a family, joy. Joy, roots, stability. You may be coming out of a difficult time, and you're really, you know what? I think you've been in an independent space, Aquarius, and it looks like you want to like sort of hurry up and get to the next thing, like create that family, create that relationship that, you know, your soulmate, you want to find that, and you're, rather than being hopeful and faithful that you, yes indeed you can and will have that, you might be freaking yourself out, you know, like what if it never happens, or I'll, you know, for whatever reason, oh, that soulmates aren't for me. And I think right now it's probably a good idea for you to take some time to figure out, why are you saying that to yourself? Why are you freaking yourself out about that? You're also, internal strengths might be in oh yeah, internal strength might be in remembering a time when you might not have believed in yourself and your ability to create and provide for yourself. And it looks to me like you have. And so maybe it's time for you to remember that, to remember the rainbow, to remember that seasons of rest and pause are there for a reason. And when it's time to move forward in order to create this next thing for yourself, you know, you'll know it. This is an internal strength position. Maybe even working with someone else, like a therapist, to help you to move to that next level, or maybe even to take a current relationship to that next level. It's just, I mean, I just get the sense that there's something about you needing to take some time out to change your perspective or get enlightenment on what your fears are regarding building this, you know, the family, the soulmate, you know, joy, stability. Because you have the ability. Okay. Whew, I'm having a hot flash. External support. Okay, so where can you get external support for this? External support for Aquarius. External support. Am I missing anything? Ace of Swords. All right, Ace of Swords, right? There's some sort of a truth or a new idea that holds the key here, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. High Priestess. High Priestess energy is also Pisces. So is there Pisces in your life? Or is the external support really about you going within and utilizing your intuition and gaining a different perspective of how you think about yourself, or how you think about creating relationships or soulmates, or or the use of your mind and your imagination. Why that just came to me, and I've got the Six of Cups underneath the Ace of Swords, is so we have these two like spiral shells, these nautilus shells. So the key at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords, okay? New idea, enlightenment, a new truth, new way of thinking, right? It's on top of her head. And the High Priestess wears this as a choker, as a necklace. The same spiral, right? So if we have the Nine of Swords, which I see as someone who's in faith over fear, can you flip that around using your imagination to create, maybe to spend time in creative visualization, to connect to your higher, wiser self, and remember that, you know, how we think about things is very creative force. So how do you want to use that energy, Aquarius? Okay, self-care. Jeez. So, I'm not exactly sure where to put this card that flew off, but it really wanted to make an impact. So we have the Knight of Cups. Look at that. Playing the heartstrings, sitting on the lotus flower. Do you want to make an offer? Is an offer being made? Can you be patient? Is it the beginnings of something that you're manifesting? What What would feel good? What would feel right? If anything's coming in, does it feel good? Does it feel right? You also have the Page of Cups. So, you know, using your creativity, and, you know, there is nothing wrong with spending time imagining, creating a vision board, you know, daydreaming about what that perfect, fulfilling, joyful relationship and home would feel like. Being playful with the idea of romance. Again, I don't know if you are making an offer, because I'm not sure where to put this card. Is there an offer coming in? Are you wanting to make an offer? Are you thinking about someone? You know, I don't know. Also with the Page of Wands, becoming inspired, being inspired, studying, looking at, dreaming about, passion and excitement, and, you know, the possibilities of this new land, new relationship, new, you know, I've done the independent thing. Now I'm ready to, you know, put a ring on it. With the King of Swords, self-care. And coming up with a, you know, a practical plan based in your wise mind, knowing that, you know, you are victorious. You do have the right to suck the marrow and sweet nectar from life, like this hummingbird, to experience joy and happiness and fun and be real playful about it. Kind of like a new opportunity coming in here. Maybe that's what you're worried about is, I don't know, maybe you've had some disappointment in the love relationship department, and you know, maybe something's coming in and being offered and it's freaking you out. Well, why don't you, instead of going into, you know, what if I fall? What if it happens again? Well, what if you fly? What if it's something completely different and new, like a whole new magical land that you're entering into? You won't know unless you open yourself up to receive it. And when you have the right to course correct. So if you're going down a path and you suddenly realize, like, red flag, something not quite right, not sure, you just keep collecting the data. Actual data, not made up data. Collect actual data to decide what you're going to do, you know, next. But, you know, a huge part of self-care is allowing yourself to be, you know, the creative human being that we are, and to dream big, to use creative visualization to manifest. Especially if you're in the, you know, negative, using your imagination to freak yourself out. That's not helpful. Using your wise mind is helpful. King of Swords is experienced and practical and implements practical steps from a higher perspective, from a perspective based in wisdom, and wisdom is gained through experience. Woo, woo, woo. All right, what's going on here? Not sure. Okay, yeah, so here's Judgment again. So in spirituality, okay, you have the Judgment card here. So opportunity for resurrection, a brand new beginning. All right, let's see. Spirituality is a practice of our beliefs. So brand new beginning, Ace of Pentacles. To create and build something new. To tend to it. To nurture it. You don't have to know exactly, is it going to turn out to be this necessarily? No. Maybe not this particular situation, but if you have a new beginning and a new opportunity, why not take it? Collect the data as you move along. Nurture this new thing. Oh, look at that. The Star. Okay. Hope and healing. Aquarius, that's your card. Hope and healing. Understanding that you are protected. You are one of the many stars in the cosmos. You are entitled to new beginnings, to healing, to create what it is that your highest, most heartfelt wishes hope for. You're a master of your domain, right? Do you want to create a man, an emperor type of man, an Aries maybe? What else do we have? Okay, then Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords. Okay, we've got to be honest with ourselves and with others. So if there's anyone, or if you have ever felt deceived, if you're feeling afraid because you have felt deceived in the past, we can sometimes get in this place where we're not sure if we can trust others. What I say all the time is it isn't about trusting someone else, because you will never know until, the people who are trustworthy are consistent in their behaviors, and they keep showing up and they keep showing up and they keep showing up. And then, what happens if, God forbid, they're human and somehow they hurt us? Well, do you trust yourself enough to be able to handle disappointment, handle betrayal, draw boundaries around a repeat offender, or walk away from something that proves itself, to be deceptive? It's not about trusting the other person. It's about trusting ourselves. And the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe that's what your practice is understanding that you are worthy of what your heart desires and wishes for. If you're wishing for a relationship, that ultimate commitment of marriage, family, of joy, stability, then empower yourself. Make sure that you are being honest with yourself about who you come into contact with or bring into your life. Trust in yourself. Move slowly and steadily in order to manifest what it is that you want to manifest. Don't rush in. This isn't about rushing in. It's not. It's moving and creating slowly, steadily, with certainty of your ability and your worthiness. Okay. If you have a father wound, you might want to work on that with a therapist or a coach, or do some self-help in healing that wound, if that has in any way is informing your fears. You know, it's not only women that have daddy issues, you know, men do too. What did the father teach you about relationships? About your sense of power and agency and worthiness. Okay, to the sea. Final message from Wisdom of the Oracle. To the sea. She's like floating. I can't tell what this is. It's like a paper. It's like a paper boat. This little ferry. Just look at this one. Very similar. Ferry. This spirit watching over her, guiding her. Seven. Okay. C. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. If your flow is put it on pause, you know, it's not time to jump through hoops, act impulsively, time to go nice and slow. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Exactly. Trust and faith in the flow is what your title is going to be. Relationship message. There are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. I'm just going to leave it at the relationship message because it seemed to be surrounding relationship, okay? All right, that's all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that was helpful, gave you something to think about. Remember, you matter, your life matters, your journey matters, your healing matters. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.